name is Majesty Angel. I just want to say good morning. I just want to say thank you so much. I should have put some lip gloss on, but I don't care. So I got the tissue in my hand because I be emotional sometimes, right? So once again, my name is Majesty Angel. I am a YouTuber. I'm a TikToker. Um, yeah, I believe I'm starting to become an influencer. And it says on the title right here because I put location Nigeria. Because I just want to come on here and I just want to talk about some things that's really bothering me. I really, really don't hate to be in this energy like this. And you're like, why? I always like to say for certain people, I don't know how certain people are, but I know for myself, just like I don't like, well, I don't like being around certain people or certain energies or anything that's like that, is because I can feel people's pain sometimes, especially if I'm watching like TV, like things on TV, and it's like the funny videos, and they be falling and hurting themselves. Like I could feel different things, right? So I just wanted to come on this morning. I just wanted to say that some of the people in the United States of America, we do not believe in some of the things that have taken place right now. I feel the energy is very, very, it's sad. It's very, 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 very like sad, right? And it's very, very disturbing. It's very, very disrespectful. Only why I say that is because the way that things were portrayed to be, and because you have to look at it sometimes. Sometimes when whatever circumstances or situations that can happen within people's lives, all you need is just a bad fester, a bad seed, or a bad momentum to start something to, I don't know why I heard that, invade somebody's country, try to go after their economy, try to stop it. Because I posted something on my Twitter, and it's actually coming from Nigeria. And the only why I have to do this because I have, see, a lot of people don't know, I have over 22 countries that come and they view my stuff. I'm almost at 1 million views within like almost like 30 days or something like that. But even overnight, 24 hours with on my page, I have like over like 300,000 people who come and they see all the stuff that I do. But I have Nigeria. I have people who come here from Nigeria and they watch a lot of different things, you know, a lot of different African countries. Um, I have Brazil. I didn't talk to people from Brazil. I didn't talk to people from Iran and certain stuff like that. And I have very, very good conversations with them. And then I also like to say, because I love history so much, and there's a lot of different things that I have read on, especially I have read like this real powerful book. It was about like George Bush regarding the whole stuff that goes on with Iran and regarding the oil line. This book was like 1,300 pages and stuff like that. So when you're dealing with somebody who can actually see things for the way that it is, it's very, very disturbing. Very. And they had them up there talking about, you know, Christians are being like genocide, and it's a whole bunch of folly, and it's a whole bunch of lies. And I had to post that, and I just hope the right people see that. And then this is why Nicki Minaj asked me to get I shouldn't say that. I was about to say the most fucked up word, but this is why she's being sat down the way that she's being sat down, because she literally went up there to the UN and made a whole big fucking scene about the people in Nigeria, not knowing, not even within like 30 days of her doing this nigga, how the fuck, I'm just, how do you bomb a country on Christmas? How do you do that? When so many different people are also gathering around to eat a whole bunch of different things. And that's why I always like to say, for we American people, sometimes we are so ungrateful. And only why I say that is because we don't have to walk outside. Especially the people in Iran and Pakistan. They have to be careful. We don't see bombs and shit like that. We are so blessed. Ugh. So this is why I asked me to sit the fuck down. And this is why it's very, very important sometimes when you're just dealing with a whole bunch of different things, because like that's not cool. A whole bunch of people then died and shit like that. So I always like to say what's behind that, you know. And you always have to listen, because it's three sides to a story. It's what they're saying, it's what the other person's saying, then it's the unknown. And now we're seeing that, and I'm so happy that the personnel within you guys' country in Nigeria, that that you guys are actually speaking up, especially the ministers and certain stuff like that. Because what he said was a lot of people have lost businesses. So because of the bombing, that shit, um, it affects people's economy, the way that the country is going to be able to provide different things for their country. So sometimes dealing with the magnitude of the situation, meaning how long a country actually stays in war like that, the country might take. What is going on? So it's so funny. So as I took the break, it was like two different phone calls. I had one phone coming in and another phone call. So I think somebody's going to get a very, very phone call. Well, that's another confirmation because he also said that the person that was talking about it, that it was a whole bunch of different phone calls being made, and that's so crazy because maybe somebody's gonna have a phone call, maybe people need phone calls, or oh god, it's ridiculous. So what I also wanted to say was for myself, right? Because wow, I love it because I do a lot different. I do more. Like I'm an activist. Like I have so many different hats. So when I come up here, and I talk about a whole bunch of different things. And I'm also just within that space, within that era, that the way things are going like right now, it's just a whole bunch of different things that need to be talked about. A whole bunch, and that's why I was so confused when the guy Jeffree Star or whatever from Hollywood was talking about the kids, about the trans kids and stuff like that. It wasn't about that, you know what I mean? Like stay on the real stuff that matters. And you're like, what's the stuff that matters? Because things don't need to keep being shushed underneath the rug. People shouldn't feel like they have to suppress themselves. People shouldn't, because this is the time that we're living in. But for somebody to be far stretched and you're freaking a trend and you represent a community, so that's like a missed message. Especially when you have a lot of trans kids who also look up to you. You know what I mean? Because you get on YouTube, you are a YouTuber, you get up there, you were showcasing a whole bunch of different products and makeup and stuff like that. So it's either, nigga, people need to be like, either you're in or you're out. And a lot of people are not like that. So, and this is why I said, fuck Joe Buttons. You said, and this is why I said it. I'm going to say it again for the world. You have different people that ride the fence as long as they can see that they can get something from out of it. That's how you can see the sincerity in people. Because you have some people that are just wait to see how everything go. And then they insert themselves compared to people who already believe in something and believe in the way that people are acting, the way that people are performing. A person is just going to stick up and they're just going to say something. And that's what I can't stand about. Here I go. That's why I can't really stand too much about the history of the United States of America. And if you wasn't actually know the history of the United States of America and how everything have ran just off of making and creating United States of America. And then when they talk about fucking immigration and a whole bunch of other stuff, for the United States of America, we're all built off of immigrants, people who didn't even have no business even coming here. And then they forget and stuff like that. For then it goes into a different part where the United States government have to also rely on immigrants to come in this country because of the profits that they do, right? Because the more people that you have here, the more people who's legally working here, you can tax them and you can get from off of their dollar. So then this is what I say. For then sometimes people get very, very upset because now it's like, so is it you don't want them to send their money back to their country? Because that's what happens sometimes. Well, even though they're coming over here and they want a better life and they become very, very successful, they also sending back money to their families. So, and then you also have a lot who come over here, which is not a problem. And I always look at it like that sometimes because you'll have some people and they're not honest about it. They'll feel some type of way about a foreigner. But how can you feel some type of way about a foreigner when we had the opportunity to actually do what we need to do to be a productive citizen? But since we didn't go about it the right way and we got these results, then you want to feel sorry, or you want to feel some type of way about a foreigner that's coming here and they actually understand it, because they're actually going to come here, they're going to work, they're going to become very, very successful. So is it the jealousy of the foreign people? People don't look at that. I'm very, very against sending back the Somalians. I'm very, very against them sending back a whole bunch of different people, because I always say, well, who the fuck is next? The Chinese people? I'm just saying. Because it just looks like it's so racist. And then you have the American people who are saying all of this ignorant shit about people. So then that also let people really, really know that hatred, racism is at its ultimate high right now. And that's not right. That's not right at all. And then they want to say, oh, well, they fraud in the system. They're robbing the system. Are you kidding me? You like what? Everybody is robbing the fucking system. It's like that. Are you just mad because these people are just getting away with it a little bit better? But this nigga just embezzled, I don't know, a whole bunch of freaking money, but you just only gave him 10 years or however that it might be. So make it make sense. And it's not making sense for anything. That's why I always say, if people are I'm going back over now. I'm going to a different part. I don't want to confuse people. But this is why I say, when it comes to influential people sometimes, this is why it's so important for them to mind their fucking business. Because sometimes, well, I like to see it. So it's basically telling me that you need a fucking high profile figure to get up there to convince your fucking self, to convince you why you supposed to move that way, so you don't have that type of a common sense where you're not just going to want to do what you need to do, right? So this is why I penalize they ass very, very heavily, because now you're manipulating the masses to ride out on your fucked up ass agenda that doesn't make sense. And this is what the world is seeing. And makes it so beautiful. Donald Trump is so messed up for me to say, he put a pretty ass bow on a beautiful ass cake and just gave a confirmation to everybody and all of those scholars and all of those people who really, really, really did the work, and they really was knowing what they're talking about. So many people woke up this morning like, I knew it. I knew it. And this is why I always go after Washington, D.C. For y'all don't know, sometimes I'll be arguing with them too. I'll get up on social media and tear their ass up, because he's only there for 3 years. So there's no way in hell y'all should be even sitting up there coming up with a bill that comes up with 3 years. They only doing but so much for his ride out. So I always say, so you gonna let this nigga stay in there for 3 years? And damage so much shit. I mean, when I mean damage, I mean alliances, agreements, different things that were already set up before this nigga got here. Sometimes they don't need to change the things that are already rolling sometimes. But when you have a man that has whoever that gets in a very, very powerful position, and they're no longer going from off of what the people are telling him, but he's going off of what his own pride. It could be a woman too. That's a very, very bad combination, because you no longer actually care about what we're trying to do. And then he's very, very disrespectful. You like, what? And he needs to go to jail. You like, what? There's no way in hell he should have ever been able to change the Kennedy Center to the Kennedy Center in Trump. Like, that's the most hating ass shit I ever seen, but I'm seeing it. How you gonna put your name on a building, on a legacy, or however it may be, because this man had died, and because the certain things that he was fighting for just within his time, they wasn't ready for it, just like they wasn't ready for Abraham Lincoln ass. That's why they shot his motherfucking ass in that motherfucking theater. So corruption within the government has been going along. Because Abraham Lincoln, he ain't never get escorted. This nigga was riding his horse to the fucking White House. Till certain shit started coming up and a whole bunch of different things. But that's why they always say politics is a very, very crooked ass place. That's why they tell a lot of people. I used to get back like that. You can't be a Christian and be in politics. I see. Nigga better fly right. You better. Because you will see how dirty somebody is for power. Right? We see that shit now. And that shit go on different types of levels of stuff. So I always say, when you see me, what do you see? I'm just, don't come up here. Like, I talk about a whole bunch of stuff. I get in trouble. I do. People try to do a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm not like other people. That's why I like to say that. So I don't care about what other people got going on. That's why when I come up here and I say stuff, I want people to know that it's genuine and I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not doing it to go viral. I'm not doing it for none of that. Like, I really, really have passion and I care about this. So, and that's why I'm so special. And that's why I'll be like, I don't want people tagged to my name or however it may be. And however it may go. Because I look at it now, I can't even stop if I wanted to fucking stop. I always say that stuff sometimes. Because look at the time that's in it. And then it just feel like the more I keep talking and I keep bringing stuff up and I hope that I'm encouraging people. You know, most importantly, I always hope that I can encourage the right people who sit at the right table, you know, because you'll be surprised sometimes at the different things that maybe people don't know. You have a whole bunch of different companies and a whole bunch of different things that because people thought that they were putting people in the right position on the right spot, that everything is running accordingly, and sometimes it doesn't work like that. And then all of a sudden, that's why you'll see it'll just come up, and then you'll have somebody go in there flipping over tables because somebody's named a reputation, and you'll have folly within the mix, and you'll have people that's trying to destroy something that was very, very good. That's why I was very, very against Donald Trump's ignorant ass to really rename the freaking Kennedy Center Trump. Like, how low can you get? How low can you get? Why the fuck you just can't create your own fucking building and put it in a plaza and then name that shit fucking Donald J. Trump? Like, you already made in history. He's made in history. But because of this nigga, it's gonna be so hard for a regular another American citizen or however it is to get in certain different positions, and that's what fucks shit up. And you know why? Because when people have the opportunity to be the first to do something, you got to make sure that you do it correctly. Because when you are the first to do something and you don't deliver it and you don't do it right, then it fucks it up for somebody else who could have been in your same position that could have did amazing. You know what I mean? Amazing. I always say, like, damn, mankind, we're that fucked up. Like, I'm only myself and maybe other. It's only just a little percentage. That's what I get mad when I look at that. I get so disappointed, very, very, very disappointed. So many people were so mad at me yesterday. They kept saying Merry Christmas. I forgot it was Christmas. You like, I did. Just like Christmas is every day in my world, not only one day. I'm not confined to one day to be able to show myself love, for somebody to show me love, for me to show my kids love and give them all of this shit. They experience that shit every day. That's how I live on Thanksgiving. What you cooking for Thanksgiving, bitch? I cook Thanksgiving in my house all the time. Just that we don't wait until that. Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Like, but bitch, why would you want to be confined? Because you know on this special day, this nigga gonna get you that. So you're confined to that. You're okay with that. Or however that it be. So people were mad at me. I kept saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Then what the fuck wrong with you? Because Christmas is every day. And my world's every day. I'm gonna go get what I wanna go get. I'm gonna rejoice how I'm gonna rejoice. I don't be knowing what's going on, but to each his own. Let me see what you're talking about. Yes, he did do it illegally. He sure enough did. And that's on. Let me fix my stuff real quick. He did do it illegally. He did. He did. He did do it illegally. I don't like these motherfuckers that play with our lives. I always say that. For everybody who's riding out with Donald Trump or anybody that's like that, when them goddamn bells go off, go. I hope I'm with my ancestors. You like what? Because can you imagine? The American people failed miserably. They failed miserably over different like shit that happened. The biggest shit that they failed was food stamps. Food stamps. Everybody failed on food stamps. The panic of not being able to provide, that should have put some fear under his ass. But why would you be so dedicated to a system that has the power to turn your ass off so fucking fast like that? That should have slowed down all of y'all niggas that like selling y'all motherfucking food stamps. For now, people need to use their food stamps like they doing fucking their cash and shit. Save that to have that shit roll over or however that it needs to be. But everybody forgot about that. They did. Mm-hmm. And everybody don't know that COVID shit was a whole nother. That shit was a test to see how good motherfucking niggas, their systems and shit was. Their immunization system. For a lot of people, did not survive that. People don't think. I think certain shit like that. When we didn't have gas, niggas was going crazy. When they said wasn't no baby formula, certain. So I think all of them people who are teaching people how to live off the grid. The average person don't even know how to farm, yo. They don't know when time, what good season it is to plant their crops and shit like that. They don't know none of that. The different things that really can help us be able to survive. And people don't think like I think like that, especially. They had another one when I said, and I'm so scared. I'm getting scared of when I talk about certain stuff because I've been talking about war, dealing with this ignorant ass nigga. And I feel like right now they all at a table because NATO ain't shit either. You like why you think Russia and that nigga over there, whatever, they don't want to join NATO because NATO is a whole nother different entity. For now, people are saying because when you join certain shit like that, you have to open up your country so your country can be able to see what type of shit that you have. The ammunition, whatever. And they like, no, we still want to have control and do a whole bunch of different things. That's a whole bunch of different things. But that beef over there with that guy in North Korea, he's totally different. Like, they move totally different. Everybody should be lucky we don't live over there. In China, a whole bunch of different stuff. It's yo, and that's what's so crazy. Because about the streets, when it was like fuck the streets or whatever, it's some real notorious different gangs and a whole bunch of different things that come without that. It's not about people glorifying and a whole bunch of different things, but people have amazing stories and a whole bunch of different great things and a lot of different trials and tribulations and a lot of great testimonies about niggas surviving from out of the fucking streets. So when people have the audacity to even play with something like that, and then you have people talking about be sorry, no nigga, it's about the principle, about knowing what to say, how to say it, and being very fucking respectable about around this bitch. And it just seemed like don't nobody, everything, the scales are just so fucking fucked up. It's crazy. You know what I love? You know what I really love? I love those who had more but didn't show that. You know what I mean? I love that. I love that even though people who had a lot more, they didn't show that ignorance of the other side that they could have. And it's so crazy how you can see how motherfuckers was also competing, seeing who had the biggest tree. You like what? Who had more presents? Who had the latest shit? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know what's going on with people. And then wonder why people be wanting to punch people in the back of their heads and a whole bunch of different things. And hold on, wait a minute. But he didn't put that, he or she, they did not put that down while as we was going to divorce court and I want to take his money or however the fuck. He's lying. He has more assets somewhere else. People don't think like that. They let their pride and their ego and a whole bunch of different things get in their way, and that's what fucks people up. I love it. Listen, I love a homeless looking nigga. What? You listen to what I'm saying. The concept is about that. It's just a person that he has it. He has it a lot. But he understand that he don't have to do all of that. So he gonna tone it down. He ain't gotta do all of that. But when he do all of that, it's just totally different. That's called a person with character and with class. And something our fucked up president don't have no comprehending. So he made a whole bunch of people think that they were never gonna get their food stamps again. He's playing around with people's lives, their kids, a whole bunch of different shit, yo. So many different Muslims, right? My brother's Muslim. My uncle's Muslim. You know, my son has a Muslim name. So the Muslim community is very, very dear to me. Because if somebody is saying fuck a Muslim, that means until a fact you're disrespecting my son. Because my son's name is Naeem. His name stands for king. And for he's going to understand his religion, he's going to be able to talk and mingle with the Muslim brothers. And when you have a lot of different things that kind of like hit for home, it bothers me. But, and that's why I tell people to get up here and tell your story. You know, the power of your voice. And I keep I'm noticing that the more I talk, the more people fall in love with me. The more I keep doing things, it's like it keeps coming. And I think I was a little bit afraid of that momentum, because it was something totally different, because I don't know what's going on. So now in a way, I sometimes people just hijack me. They just let it go. So I'm just in the flow with however it's going and however it's going to be, because I know apparently my voice is supposed to be meant for it. And when you understand people's purpose, like, do you understand my purpose? Do you understand what God is calling me to do? So now, since you understand my purpose and you understand what God is calling me to do, then people light shine a little bit differently. People fall in love with people differently because of people's hearts, their realness. Let me see what you say, then I'm going to get off because I don't want to keep repeating myself. Oh, yeah, but they said that. Listen, I cannot stand the government. I cannot stand the government. I cannot stand the government. Only why I say that is because it's so much different things that go. I always say nobody's not answering the question. Is the United States of America broke? Because you can tell when people are broke. They start doing a whole bunch of different things. They start changing a whole bunch of different protocols and a whole bunch. We have been paying taxes forever. I'm just saying. However it's getting funded in. And I always like to say, is everything at Fort Knox okay? Where is the gold? I should shut up. I don't want to get in trouble. Right? What is it going to be enough? These other countries are tired of being bullied by the United States of America. You like what? I always say that. And I get backline. Why is a terrorist created? I'm just saying. Any terrorist group is created because they feel like the way that they are being treated, the people are being treated, their country is being treated, because within their house, meaning, or it could be other entities or however it may be. This is how organizations are created. So guess what? We're going to get together now. We're going to start doing a whole bunch of different things to make a lot of different shit that we doing aware, so these motherfuckers know that we not playing with them. But why should people have to get to that space? I shouldn't talk about this. Osama bin Laden, that shit is a whole different rabbit hole. If I don't give a fuck what they say. It wasn't no fucking take Osama bin Laden. They went to go kill him because they didn't want him to say shit. And a lot of people don't understand that. From when that shit happened, it was only one fucking plane leaving the fuck up from out of here or whatever, and it was the rest of his people. I just got chills when I said that. People come, they lie. They come to say that they're going to help their countries. They come to say that they're going to do that, but they always have a kickback of something that they want. And that's what be happening, you know. Yeah, it's very terrible. Very, very terrible. If people want to be, no, because nobody should ever feel like they're fucking dominions over people or shit. How you gonna come to my country? We've been Muslim for about 500, 600 years, or however it might be. You want to come to our country and you want to tell us what the fuck we're gonna be? Are you kidding? When they can actually trace back within their leniency, because people who are Muslim, they can also trace back their history as well as a lot of other different races. So how you going to come and you going to tell me that this is that and the third? Or from just being a Muslim brother, because I read the instructions of a Muslim woman, and from the way that instruction is telling a Muslim woman to behave and a whole bunch of other stuff, that book is, you can be the most righteous Muslim on the planet. But do people live by that? Right? But who is the judge for that? Only God. I'm tired of this shit. So yeah, let's please, everybody around the world, let's please pray for Nigeria. Please to the Nigerian country out here. You do have a lot of people out here who are speaking up, and you also do have celebrities who are, who have been speaking up and have been saying about the truth. And I just feel bad for those leaders from out there in Nigeria that went over there and did that, because you have to be careful when you're going to go make a deal with the devil. Like what? That's whatever that you do. For they went over there talking about this, that, and the third, and because you don't actually know that this person that you're actually going to ask for help really just don't like these fucking people. Really, their agenda is 10 times bigger that you could ever even imagine. But since you opened up the door, this is what you did. Christians over there, them leaders in Nigeria. This is what you did. You just let a whole nother different tyranny and different shit that comes with up out of your government. Now I say for the shit that just happens. Now, I'm just saying, now you can't say shit. I'm just saying, I'm like that. I'm very real. You can't say shit if they want to rebel about that shit. Because you went over there and you fuck with them first. So why is it like that? So people can fuck with people first, and then when they want to do something, then they get penalized? No, so I don't want to hear shit about nothing. And that's what be wrong with some leaders. So who are really, and I'm going to say this shit again, who's really the bad guy? Is it them or is it this nigga? And all the fingers are pointing back home. And now you're going to have different people. I don't understand. And the government is crazy. The government and the CIA and all of them, they handle so many different calls and so many different links about sleeping cells. People, you need to find out what a sleeping cell is for you. Yes, you really do have some people who are really, 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 really are martyrs like that. And they don't care about nothing, for nothing will actually be spared. You know what I'm saying? And because sometimes of people actually doing something, I always say that. It always takes a time, a place, or a person to actually really spark something. So terrible. Okay, let me go. So once again, blessings from over here on my channel. I'm keeping you guys in prayer. I'm praying that everything works out fine, which it will. It's just so funny that sometimes crazy situations have to happen for the truth and for people to actually really see stuff. So I just hold the people at Congress, I'm just holding them accountable. So now I gotta jump on their ass, because it should be limited power and limited things that he can do. And when he do shit like that, like he should, yeah, they should be writing up a whole bunch of different fucking articles of impeachments dealing with him. I can only imagine who, and then JD Vance talking about he's going to be the next president. You will never be the next fucking president of the United States of America. The people will be a fool to even allow somebody like that to even sit in the office. For now, we're going to have to deal with a whole nother other different mindset of a person that's going to come in here and tell us what they're going to do. Just like this goddamn guy that's trying to be governor around here in New York City, coming from Hempstead, and he trying to go at Kozo and shit like that. That's crazy. For then, if he's a Republican, and it's so crazy because Republicans and Democrats should really be on a one accord. So, but since I'm a different party, now I'm just about to cut off everything that benefits the Democrats. And if I'm a Democrat, I'm going to cut off everything that whatever. And that shit is crazy. And there's racism within that shit too, because I remember when I was on the train, the girl was a Democrat, and I was like, I'm a Republican. That bitch, she rolled her eyes, stomped like she was gonna kick me, and ran off. Like, damn. And that's what's so crazy too, because when Donald Trump and Kamala Harris was running, that's when you really seen racism out the ass. Like, god damn, there's a lot of racism. You have people turning on people, and that's all crazy. Where's this world coming to? The leaders, the people who sit at the top of the pyramid, is just crazy. So until next time, bye bye.